Only one show can take you on the closed set of Twilight New Moon.
It's going to live up to the hype.
Robert Pattinson, Kristen Stewart, Taylor Lautner.
Tell us how you pumped up.
The love triangle.
She's trying to get over me, but it becomes an addiction.
And their real love lives.
Let's clear this up right now.
Twilight New Moon.
It has become one of the most popular vampire stories ever told. Stephenie Meyer's Twilight has captured the imaginations of the young and the not-so-young. Arthea Andrews is one of the series' biggest fans, and she jumped at the chance to be the first TV journalist on the Vancouver set of the Twilight Saga New Moon.
I don't have the strength to stay away from you anymore.
You don't.
Bella and Edward, their burning desire for each other, overwhelming. Fans already thirsty for more.
Back alley entrances, fake names on the call sheet, and mounted police guarding the set. It is one of the most secretive productions ever made, and we're taking you inside.
3, 2, 1, action!
Set the record straight for us. How much of Edward and Bella together will we see in this movie?
It's kind of as close as possible to the book as you can get.
Secrets to the sequel. Number 1, you get more Edward than the book originally prescribes.
The visions, we call them, in the book it's supposed to be that she only hears him, but she actually does see him in front of her. So you will get more Robert Pattinson than you'd expect from reading it.
It's an illusion when he appears, and it's actually quite scary. Because Bella's, I guess, if you really look at it, she's kind of going a little bit nuts. She's trying to get over me, but it's just, I don't know, it becomes an addiction. Just having these hits of seeing me.
I dream about being with you forever.
Forever.
Twilight ended with Edward and Bella dancing at the prom, but fans of the series know that this is no happily ever after. In the Twilight Saga New Moon, Edward breaks up with Bella to save her. He leaves her only to haunt her soul and mind.
There are some really bizarre moments, I mean, because she's having constant nightmares all the time. And the nightmares are all based on the person she loves, like, haunting her. So, there's a lot of kind of weird dreams about, like, death and decay. Making it sound really romantic.
Sequel, secret number 2, Edward reveals more of his dark side.
The dream sequences are really eerie. It's like you have something that is your idea of like perfection, but you're afraid of it, wild, afraid of losing it. It's like very masochistic.
So the lion fell in love with the lamb.
What a stupid lamb.
Sick, masochistic lion.
He gets a chance to be a little bit more scary in the dream sequences, not so perfect.
Raking in nearly $400 million worldwide, 3 million DVDs sold the first day. Obsessed fans across the globe have propelled Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson to superstardom.
It's quite difficult because when you see like all these people, you think in one way or another you have to please them. Because like the scream is like a scream of like wanting or whatever, but I mean I don't know what people want.
Well, Robert, what they want is more details. Author Stephenie Meyer has sequel secrets number 3.
I took it to some extremes in New Moon, and I think it's kind of an emotional roller coaster experience. You hear that a lot, a little cathartic for me anyway. Probably not what you're expecting unless you've looked at spoilers.
That emotional roller coaster is the love triangle between Bella, vampire love Edward, and her pal Jacob, played by Taylor Lautner.
I leave you alone for 2 minutes and the wolves descend.
It's really exciting that I get to bring alive this part of Jacob that you've never seen before. But yeah, you can feel the pressure at moments.
She has a best friend that would do absolutely anything for her, and he's the right choice. But there's something about like true love.
And the more I don't come back, the more she thinks like, yeah, well, you should like settle for the compromise. I mean, he didn't want me. Edward didn't want me.
You like me, right?
Do this right now.
It's because of him, right?
It's like you can't describe it. It's like maybe it's not good for me, but I'm gonna ignore the better option, and I'm just gonna hold out for the best.
It's so depressing for Jacob because I mean, you find the love of your life, and you're always gonna know you're gonna be second best.
Secret number 4, the answer to the question everyone's dying to know.
In real life, if you had to choose, are you an Edward girl or a Jacob girl?
Can't. I can't. I'm not even allowed to answer that question.
If you were the sister, would you want her to date Edward or Jacob?
Edward's wealthier.
Now, do not go anywhere. Our Twilight Saga New Moon exclusive is just getting started.
Coming up,
It's almost like, while they're waiting, let's make it as good as we can make it.
Kristen Stewart, Taylor Lautner, and Robert Pattinson on the record.
It's horrible. It's really disgusting. Some of the stuff.
More secrets from the closed set, only for ET viewers, next.
Twilight's leading lady, Kristen Stewart, has been acting professionally since she was 10 years old, and she already has worked with some of the biggest names in the business. Jodie Foster, Robert De Niro, Sean Penn. But it wasn't until the 19-year-old hooked up with Twilight's hunky vampire that Kristen became the newest Hollywood it girl.
Who's he?
That's Edward Cullen. Totally gorgeous.
She became the envy of girls everywhere as Bella because she got the unattainable Edward Cullen. Now, in the sequel, Kristen is also the object of Jacob's desire.
Talk to us a little bit about the love triangle and how it evolves in this second film.
Well, the love triangle, according to Bella, is sort of like, she's not even aware that there is a triangle, which is what is so incredibly heartbreaking about it. And, Jacob's like the epitome of warmth, and to reject that is like, gut-wrenching.
If anybody knows heartbreak, it is Bella. As fans of the immensely popular book series know, Edward breaks up with her early in New Moon because he fears he won't be able to control his vampire ways.
Perhaps the most horrible dump scene in the history of literature, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it is gut-wrenching.
It's pretty awful.
She ends up on the ground in a forest.
Yeah, she can't move. Literally, her guts fall out of her. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Have you shot that scene yet?
No. I know, you started mentioning it, and I'm like, yeah. The breakup scene. We haven't done it yet.
Think about it.
Yeah. No, it's awful.
Keeping true to the books is one thing the filmmakers are careful about because of the millions of passionate fans. At the premiere back in November, Thea and Kristen were in awe of the turnout.
Did you know that some of these people have been here for 2 days?
Yeah, I was told. There's really no way to... Everybody's so, awesome and positive and great. Usually I do movies that don't see the light of day. So this is, the uber opposite, and you work so hard on something, and you're, so proud of something that this is, what you do it for. So it's pretty great.
Why don't we just hang out? Everybody's going to the beach. Come.
Of course, the first film was a giant hit, and the DVD release was met with near hysteria. So, naturally, Kristen and the cast are hoping to meet the lofty expectations being put on them and the sequel.
But it's a driving force. It's almost cooler. It's almost like, while they're waiting, let's, make it as good as we can make it.
Tell me something. You like me, right? Better than that Joker in there?
Taylor Lautner longs for Bella as Jacob, and this part of the Twilight Saga develops their relationship. Also developing was Taylor's physique.